You ready? Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Thill?
Here.
Commissioner Shaw?
Here.
Commissioner Waldner?
Here.
Commissioner Wire?
Here.
Mayor Denner?
Here. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or discussion on the agenda? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Shaw?
Aye.
Commissioner Wire?
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner?
Aye.
Commissioner Thill?
Aye.
Mayor Denner?
Aye. Under appearances acknowledgement, Chad, you want to bring us up to speed on number 1 to acknowledge drainage analysis 9th Street from Park Creek to Highland Avenue, US 81.
Yeah, thank you. I can just say a few words very briefly. Included in the agenda packet is the drainage report. Commission authorized proceeding with that in June of this last year and provided some recommendations for the drainage system such that the collection points will be so that the flooding into the street and spread across the street is at the design standards, if you will, so that it doesn't encroach into the lanes on this collector road, I guess is what 9th Street would be referred to as. So the report just goes into those details. It's rather technical. I won't get into any of those components, but we will use this information as the 9th Street design proceeds for this project. We're planning to reconstruct 9th Street from just east of the creek all the way to Highland Avenue in 2022, and so we'll work at scoping and that project throughout this year and implement some of these design recommendations. We'll also use some of these recommendations for the project plan for 2021 for the Union Avenue. And then also for budgeting purposes, there was some cost estimate provided for the 9th Street project as well. The city, my staff in my office did accomplish the survey that was utilized at least partially for some of this effort included in this report. We did the survey that ultimately we're going to use that survey for the Union Avenue reconstruction, but then also the 9th Street reconstruction, the entire preliminary survey. So with that, I'd be happy to stand by for questions if there are any.
Okay. Do I have a motion to acknowledge the drainage analysis 9th Street from Park Creek to Highland Avenue, US 81?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any comments or questions for Chad?
Are we going to be out in the street with this storm sewer?
We'll continue to get answers on that as we scope it, but in some cases there will be. You know, most installations now, if there's if everything is an option to replace, and when I say that, when the water main and the sanitary sewer main and the storm sewer main are all being replaced, oftentimes the storm sewer alignment or the location within the street where the storm sewer is placed is under one curb line or the other, just so that there isn't manhole structures or collection structures, junction boxes are typically referred to as, out in the road. You can sometimes avoid those. In this case, where there's some new water main in place, PVC water main, which should not need to be replaced, that the new PVC was replaced within the last 20 years for sure, probably more than 10, between 10 and 20. That shouldn't need to be replaced, and so if we can leave that in place, we want to. Sometimes that might necessitate us moving that storm sewer into the street so that we don't have to tear up water main that's sufficiently new, if you will.
The reason I asked is because it says replacing driveways and approaches and to accommodate, and I was just wondering if we was going to be back behind the curb with this.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's a good question. Sorry if I interrupted you, but
No.
the plan would be for this project to be a reconstruction project. So in other words, we're not just going to cut a strip in the road and retain most of the curb and gutter. This would be a reconstruction project like Center Street, like we've seen on some of the RD projects here this year, and so everything that isn't still sufficient, like for example the water mains that I just discussed, will be replaced with this project, including driveways. And the other part that factors in perhaps to your the point that you're making or the questions you have is we have to work around the overhead power on the south side of the road. That's the loop, I guess. Brad Lawrence can correct me if the terminology there, but that's the main loop. We're not taking that down, so those overhead power lines are going to stay. And of course, we have to work around that as well for this project. So
Then you got that fiber optic cable coming from the transformer site down to the old light plant too. That's right behind the curb on 9th Street.
yeah,
For one block.
is that on the
From
South side?
Josephine, no, it's on the north side.
Yeah, we all have to work around all that, and those are the kind of things that we'll work on as we're, the guys that already surveyed it last year, and then as we start laying out some of the specifics of where these pipes are going to be, we'll look at these other components and work around them as best we can to try to be most cost effective and retain as much as we can.
Okay, I just happened to read that and I was wondering if we were gonna dig up the driveways.
Yeah, yes, it'll be what we would call full reconstruction, much like Center Street. It would be much like Center Street.
Okay, thank you.
Chad, the
Yes, sir.
existing pond that sits in front of the elementary.
Yep.
It kind of drains across,
Mhm.
and it ends up in all those yards.
Right,
Are we gonna figure out how to fix that?
yes.
Okay.
Well, yes, and that was,
It's one of the options, correct?
right, is one of the options. When you say fixed, that was the only discharge point available
Correct.
for the school when they did that, when that ditch was there. But indeed, if you may have gotten in to look at but I wouldn't expect you to because it gets kind of into the weeds here a little bit. But you may have seen that we are showing connecting onto that discharge pipe and filling in that ditch
Okay.
along there, starting at about the school, going to the west
Okay.
on the north side. A couple other, I guess, high points since we're hitting a few. There's some potential development for the church. West Center Baptist Church owns some property at the west end of this parcel on the north side of the road. We've done some analysis as part of this study, but also as part of the RD project. A challenge for them is how do we get water and sewer to that location? City utilities. There's not a good way to get it there right now, and this project might mesh well with some plans that they have upcoming. Hopefully the timing works suitably for them, but with the combination of the RD project and then this, which for sanitary sewer primarily, and this project, which will include the water main extension, we're confident that we'll be able to serve that parcel. Back in the late 90s, there was quite a few challenges, Commissioner Thill probably can remember, to providing service, the same service essentially, particularly sewer, for the Williams Brothers subdivision there. And there was, that was before my time, but I understand there was some negotiation about who's going to extend the water and sewer and pay for it and so on and so forth. So that's always a challenge when you're dealing with developments on the periphery. And so we're hoping to lay the groundwork with this project to not only serve this church parcel, who will be acting as a developer, but some other parcels even upstream from them.
What about the existing pond across where that row of houses are?
Same.
You're
That
gonna
ditch.
try to eliminate all of that? and
Correct.
go across.
That ditch will be filled in as well, and
Okay.
that will become part of the piping system.
Okay.
And the pond will stay, but
Sure.
the ditch will go away, and it'll be more of what we refer to as an urban section.
Okay.
Curb and gutter, sidewalk, and so on.
Sure.
So there's still some things in the air with the church development.
Sure.
but we anticipate, I'm not going too far out on a limb, don't hold me to it, but I anticipate that the north side all the way to Union, all the way to Highland will be an urban section,
Okay.
Curb and gutter.
Sure.
There may be a portion of the south side that might be a rural section, i.e. it will not have curb and gutter where the park is.
Sure.
Because that's still not decided, but that may be the case.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other comments or discussion for Chad? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call vote?
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
Aye.
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Thel,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Uh,
Thanks, Chad.
Got the consent calendar. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or concerns or discussion on that? I do have one on the bills. I see there's a bill here, and Brad, you can help me out on it. It's in the electric fund, electrical administrative, under electrical administrative, Minnesota Municipal Utilities 2021 member dues, January through December. What is that?
We have Minnesota Municipal Utilities Association, MMUA. They do our safety training at City Electric.
Okay.
And then we got membership dues just to be in it for other things that we get from them.
Okay. Thank you. Is there any other comments, discussion? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call vote?
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Thel,
Aye.
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
We'll move down into the unfinished business. Do I have a motion on the second reading ordinance number 1626, water rates and charges?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any comments or discussion on it? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Thel,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
Aye.
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Item number 2, do I have a motion, second reading on the ordinance number 1627, amend Chapter 19, Taxation, Article 2, Business Improvement District?
So moved.
Second.
Do I have any comments or discussion on that? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Thel,
Aye.
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Under new business, item number 1, designate depository for municipal funds for 2021, Wells Fargo Bank, First Bank and Trust, Great Western Bank, South Dakota Public Funds, Investment Trust, and U.S. Bank. This is a yearly housekeeping item we do. I do see Jeff's on there. Did you have anything to add to that, Jeff?
Turn your mic on.
Jeff, I think you're still muted.
Yeah, just double check the settings. Sometimes there's a double mute. Doesn't look like you're using a headset, but just make sure you don't have anything else plugged into your iPad.
Jeff, we can probably give you a call on your cell phone, on the phone here, and have you call in that way. Heather, will you dial 480-0573? Huh? On the phone. We'll just get him on the phone. 480-0573. We can hear you now, Jeff. Yeah, that should work.
Now he just needs to mute his audio there.
It's the board iPad 6 or something. So it is.
Yep. Nope. There we go. Did you have anything to add to that item number 1?
We lose him on the phone.
We lost him on the phone.
Oh, just I think if you go to this, you could hang it up. You can put the receiver down.
Recent.
Sorry.
You.
Now mute him. We gotta force.
This sets a sound.
Yeah. Jeff, we gotta force mute you. There.
Am I coming through okay, Mayor?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I apologize. We'll work on that.
He's got to turn his volume down on this iPad.
Okay, so,
We're just shut
the
it off.
items, there are a few items on the agenda. It needs to be accomplished first week of the year. Hang on a second. And one of them is we need to appoint our legal publications for the year and our banks for the year. So it's just an automatic approval of those banks and the newspaper for the year.
Okay.
Those are the first 2 items.
Okay.
I'll discuss the number 3 in a second.
All right. Jeff, can you turn down your iPad volume?
Okay.
That's better. Okay. So do I have a motion to designate the depositories for the municipal funds for 2021 Wells Fargo Bank First Bank and Trust, Great Western Bank, South Dakota Public Funds Investment Trust, and U.S. Bank.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any further comments or discussion? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
I,
Commissioner Fell,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Do I have a motion to designate the legal newspaper for 2021 Madison Daily Leader?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any further comments or discussion on item number 2? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
I,
Commissioner Fell,
Aye.
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Okay, we're on item 3. Jeff, you want to talk about establish 2021 election date and invite Madison Central School District to participate in joint election April 13th?
Yes, I will further explain that the city commission has 3 options for dates for the next city election. April 13th, June 8th, or June 15th. Typically, the city is held on the second Tuesday in April, but because of COVID and whatnot, it got delayed last year. So it's the commission's option. We need to set that date either tonight or next Monday. We wouldn't have to do it tonight. I believe that the school would be interested in joining the city whenever. The commission would like to hold that date.
Okay, thank you. So do I have a motion to establish April 13th as 2021 election date and invite Madison Central School District to participate in the joint election?
So moved.
Second.
Any further comments or discussion?
Just make sure we designate April 13th.
April.
Yep. You got that as April 13th, correct? Okay. Okay. Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Fell,
Aye.
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Waldner,
I,
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Thank you, Jeff.
And Mayor,
Yes?
I really apologize about the audio not working.
Oh,
Quite right. But anyway, if you don't mind, I would like to just step back to the ordinance, second reading of the business improvement district ordinance.
okay.
Just to make sure that you guys are all okay with it. I tried to write it pretty self-explanatory, and David looked it over. I wanted to just point out a couple sections, one section, 927. And I can read it to you. It's the shortest section in there, but for the finance office, it's probably the most important. The administrative cost
Okay. All right.
That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Roxy, are you on?
I am, Mayor.
Okay. You want to bring us up to speed on number 4, authorize the mayor to electronically sign DDD Category D Water Control Facility Egan Avenue to Hart Avenue, Project 135909, FEMA 2019 September flood, number 4469DR-SD.
Sure. If you all remember, this was signed originally on September 30th. This is the last of the 3 that have been sent back to us to re-sign. For the best of our abilities, we assume that a lot of time had passed from the time they were originally signed to when we started working on them again. So this is just re-signing a document that was originally signed on 9/30/2020. I went through it. There are absolutely no changes between the one you signed in September and the one they're requesting you to sign today.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I have a motion to authorize the mayor to electronically sign DDD Category D Water Control Facility Egan Avenue to Hearth Avenue, Project 135909, FEMA 2019 September flood, number 4469DR-SD?
So moved.
So move.
Second.
Any further comments or discussion for Roxy?
Mayor, I can make a very brief comment.
Okay.
There's 2 areas for the creek failures. Site 1, which is not on the agenda, and Site 3, where we have been working closely with Roxy and others, and we will be submitting an alternate repair. In other words, to not repair those walls with the same geometry, shape, and size that they are now in those 2 sites, Sites 1 and Sites 3. This is Site 3, but I just thought it might be something, while this is on the agenda and I'm sitting here, I might as well just make that comment. And those alternatives will be less than the restore as is alternatives that have been already submitted to FEMA. I won't get too much more in detail because it's quite complex with FEMA, and quite honestly, Roxy can attest probably better than I can that we're learning a lot as we go through this of what they need and when they need it and such. And it's been very challenging, but we're working at it pretty with great vigor, I guess we'll say.
Okay.
That's all.
Any other comments or discussion? Not hearing any. Heather, will you take roll call?
Commissioner Waldner,
Aye.
Commissioner Wire,
Aye.
Commissioner Shaw,
Aye.
Commissioner Thill,
Aye.
Mayor Denner.
Aye. Number 5, COVID-19 update.
Biggest
Nope.
thing is obviously coming out of a holiday and, make sure you're diligent. Obviously, if you paid attention to the news that there is a new strand that's kind of out there that is pretty
There's
quick.
2.
There's 2. So if you have your opportunity to get vaccinated, I would encourage you to do that and continue to wear masks as we kind of work through it. So thank you.
Any public comment? No public comment. Any announcements?
I have one.
Okay.
We're, the Public Works Department is now starting to scrape the streets the second time and getting that stuff off that never got off first snowstorm, and so far they're doing a very good job. Thank you, Gary.
Is there a certain area that you're going to be doing next so people can keep the...
We'll probably be in the northeast section starting tomorrow, working south.
Okay. Just so people can keep the vehicles off to help you guys out.
Yep.
Okay,
Trying not to plug any driveways, but it happens.
there's one up on Josephine, you better not block.
I already did that.
I know you did. No, that's fine. Okay, any other announcements? Not hearing any, do I have a motion to go into exec?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, signify by aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried. We'll get shut down here